Sarah opened her eyes. The room was bright but cold. She looked around, a big bed with white sheets, a small window with thick curtains, a simple desk and a chair. The walls were empty. No pictures. No signs. Just silence. She sat up slowly. Her head hurt. "Where am I?" she whispered. She tried to remember, nothing. No memory of how she got there. No memory of checking into a hotel. She stood up and walked to the window. She pulled the curtains, darkness. No city lights. No sky. Just black. On the desk, there was a small piece of paper. She picked it up, simple words written in neat handwriting. "Enjoy your stay. There is no exit." Sarah's heart started to beat faster. What did that mean? Was it a joke? A mistake? She went to the door. It was closed. She tried the handle, locked. "Hello? Is anyone there?" she shouted. Silence. Sarah took a deep breath. She had to stay calm. She looked around the room again, searching for clues. A clock on the wall. It showed 3 o'clock, but the second hand wasn't moving. Something was wrong. She had to find a way out. Sarah found a key on the floor near the bed. It was small and silver. She picked it up and tried it on the door. Click. The door opened. She stepped into a long hallway. The lights were dim. The floor was covered with a red carpet. Doors on both sides, all closed. She started walking. "Hello? Is anyone here?" Her voice echoed. She knocked on one of the doors. No answer. She tried to open it, locked. She kept walking. The hallway seemed endless. She turned a corner, and saw the same hallway again. The same doors. The same red carpet. "What is this?" she whispered. She turned around, hoping to go back to her room, but it wasn't there. Just more hallway. She saw a desk at the end of the hall. A man sat there, wearing a hotel uniform. He was smiling. Sarah ran to him. "Excuse me, how do I leave?" The man kept smiling. "There is no exit. Enjoy your stay." Sarah felt cold. "What do you mean?" "I want to leave." The man didn't answer. He just kept smiling. Sarah turned and ran down the hallway again. But every turn led her back to the same place. She was trapped. Sarah stopped running. Her breath was heavy. She leaned against a door, trying to think. Then she heard voices, soft, distant. She followed the sound, turning corners, until she found a large lounge. Dim lights, old furniture, and people. There were 5 of them, sitting, standing, whispering. They looked normal, but something felt wrong. Their eyes were empty. Their smiles were too wide. Sarah walked closer. "Hello? Can someone help me?" A woman turned to her. "This is the perfect place," she said in a flat voice. "I need to leave. Do you know the way out?" A man laughed softly. "Don't worry. You're safe here." Safe? Sarah didn't feel safe. She felt trapped. She noticed something strange, a mirror on the wall. The people were talking, moving, but their reflections didn't match. In the mirror, they were still, staring at her. Her heart raced. She backed away slowly. On a dusty table, she saw a map. She grabbed it. A red mark on it said, "The key." She didn't know what it meant, but she knew one thing. She had to find it. Sarah followed the map, her hand shaking. The hallways twisted and turned. But the red mark showed a hidden door. She reached the spot. A plain wall. No handle. No sign. She touched the wall. Cold. Then she felt a small bump, a hidden button. She pressed it. Click. A part of the wall slid open, revealing a narrow staircase leading down. Darkness swallowed the steps. She hesitated, then took a deep breath, and went down. The air grew colder. The walls felt closer. She could hear her heartbeat. At the bottom, she found a door. Old. Wooden. With strange symbols carved into it. She pushed it open. Inside was a small room. In the center, a glass box. Inside the box, a key. But not an ordinary key. It glowed faintly, pulsing with light. She reached for it, but as her fingers touched the glass, she heard footsteps behind her. She turned around. The smiling man from the desk was there. "You found it," he said softly. "But the key is not for leaving." Sarah's heart pounded. "Then what is it for?" His smile grew wider. "It's to keep you here, forever." Sarah's mind raced. She couldn't let fear control her. She stepped back, gripping the glass box tightly. "I don't belong here," she whispered, her voice shaking. The man took a step closer. "No one leaves. The hotel chooses you." Sarah glanced at the glowing key. Maybe it wasn't for the door, but for something else. She looked around the room and saw a strange lock on the wall, shaped like the key. She made a quick decision. She ran toward the lock, dodging the man's grasp. She shoved the key into the slot. It fit perfectly. Click. The ground trembled. The walls cracked. The man screamed, his smile twisting into a snarl. A bright light filled the room. Sarah felt herself being pulled, like the hotel was trying to keep her. She grabbed the key and ran toward the light. The air grew heavier. Shadows reached for her, whispering, "Stay with us, forever." With one final burst of strength, she leapt into the light. Everything went silent. Sarah woke up on the floor of her original room. The same white sheets. The same empty walls. But something was different. The door was open. She stood up slowly, holding the glowing key tightly. She walked into the hallway. It was no longer endless. No red carpet. Just a simple corridor, leading to an exit sign glowing faintly in the distance. She walked toward it, her footsteps echoing softly. As she passed a mirror, she stopped. Her reflection was different. Her eyes, darker. Emptier. She touched the glass. "Is this really me?" she whispered. Memories flashed in her mind. The hotel didn't trap people. It reflected them, their fears, regrets, secrets. The key didn't unlock doors, it unlocked the truth. She reached the exit. She hesitated. Then she stepped through. Blinding light. Sarah found herself outside. The sky was clear. The air was warm. But deep inside, she knew the hotel was still with her. Because you never truly leave. It stays with you, forever.